Please welcome to the stage United States Senator Steve Daines.
Well, good morning. So I'm U.S. Senator Steve Daines from the great state of Montana. Anybody out there watch the show Yellowstone? Governor Dutton sends his best regards this morning. But I'm really glad to be here. I not only get to represent the state of Montana, but my Republican colleagues in the U.S. Senate elected me to be the chairman of the Republican Senatorial Committee. What that means is we, through my leadership, have the responsibility to make sure that when Donald Trump is elected president, we give him a Republican majority in the U.S. Senate and fire Chuck Schumer. Now, I got to tell you, I dressed up this morning in Montana. This is called going to the prom, okay? But I got dressed up this morning because I want to welcome you all to the Kamala Harris Retirement Party. Now, in this responsibility I've been given by my colleagues, we're looking at a lot of states right now that we have in play at this moment, all razor-thin races where we can beat Democrat senators and bring back the cavalry to Washington, D.C. to work with President Trump versus against him. Races in Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio, Montana, and here in the Sun Belt, Arizona and Nevada. Now, there's a lot of places I could be this morning. Yesterday I was in Montana with Senator Tom Cotton and Tim Sheehy, who will be the next U.S. Senator from Montana. But today I get to be here with Senator Mike Lee, with Senator JD Vance, soon to be Vice President Vance. And my very good friend Donald Trump Jr., who will be here as well this morning. But of all the places I could be this morning, I'm here in Nevada. Why? We are counting on you. We are counting on Nevada to make sure that you elect Donald Trump as president, and Sam Brown is your next U.S. Senator. Senator, stand up, Sam. Yeah. USA. Now, it's a privilege to be here this morning with, we're just the warm-up band here. We realize that. We're the warm-up band in the bar before the stars come, Donald Trump Jr. and your next Vice President, JD Vance. But let me tell you something. I've gotten to know JD Vance. Senator Mike Lee's gotten to know JD Vance. Mike Lee's a great senator, a great leader. It's nice he's a neighbor here in Nevada from the great state of Utah. Mike Lee, thanks for being here, by the way, as well. But I'm the son of a U.S. Marine. My dad enlisted in the Marine Corps at 17 and a half. His mom had to sign the papers so he could get in. Do you know that JD Vance will be the first U.S. Marine ever elected as Vice President of the United States? And when President Trump picked JD Vance, what a tremendous pick. It says a lot. By the way, maybe all you have to look at is who Kamala Harris picked for her vice president nominee. and who President Trump picked for his nominee, JD Vance. And I tell you, I've gotten to know JD very well. I remember campaigning for him in Ohio exactly 2 years ago when he had a big Senate race in Ohio. JD Vance, we've all seen, of course, you know how smart that guy is. Everybody knows his story of his life, the story of overcoming adversity. We all know he brings incredible intellectual chops to this job, which you need, by the way, to serve this great country. But I tell you what you've seen is JD's been on the trail with his sweet wife, his kids. You've seen this guy's heart. You've seen this guy's heart. He's vilified. I mean, calling JD Vance weird compared to Tim Walz? Give me a break. I mean, Tim Walz is dancing queen. JD Vance is a U.S. Marine. But he's great. We're looking forward to serving with him as our next vice president. And then you've got Don Jr. coming as well. So Don and I first met. Of course, how would I first meet Donald Trump Jr.? It was hunting elk in Montana. That's literally how I first met Don. And since then, we've developed this friendship. In fact, I've watched him make some tremendous long-range shots. He's a long-range shooter. I enjoy long-range shooting as well. Incredible sportsman. Guide quality fly fisherman, amazing friend, and you're going to hear from him as well as we close out this campaign. Shortly after I was elected chairman of the NRSC, I flew down to Mar-a-Lago. I met with President Trump. Sat across from his desk there in Mar-a-Lago. I said, Mr. President, this was in January of 23. I said, when you are elected president in November of 24, the most important thing we can give you is a Republican majority in the U.S. Senate. It's really important. And that began the two of us collaborating, working together through all these races. And let me tell you something. You know, Sam Brown had a primary with 12 opponents. Do you know who President Trump endorsed in that primary? Captain Sam Brown. Because the first vote that Captain Sam Brown, soon to be Senator Sam Brown, will take will be on January 20th, because here's what's going to happen. We'll take our oaths of office, the newly elected senators, on January 3rd. On January 20th, President Trump will be sworn into office. We'll be on the west steps of the Capitol. It's a tremendous view. There'll be 1 million people out there waving American flags, a glorious moment. But right after he's sworn in, the senators will go into the Senate chamber, and we will move through President Trump's nominations for the Secretary of Treasury, the Secretary of Defense, the Secretary of State, the Director of the CIA. Let me tell you something. Let me be very, very clear. If Jackie Rosen were elected, she will vote no on every one of those nominees. You can take that at the bank. You elect Sam Brown, he'll be voting yes with President Trump. Now, there's a lot more we could contrast between Sam Brown and his opponent, but let me just ask a question of this crowd. I can just sense, because I'm a Montana guy, I can sense I'm with my people here in Nevada. How many of you think the Second Amendment is important? Well, count me in, and I'll tell you something. The NRA gave Jackie Rosen an F. An F. That does not stand for fantastic, by the way. Do you know what grade Sam Brown got from the NRA? An A. He'll protect your Second Amendment rights. Well, I want to close by taking a poll. Now, we've been polled to death, haven't we? I don't know about you, my phone, it's ringing, it's texting, they all want to know who you're going to vote for and so forth. So let's just have a little poll this morning, and this is going to be by a show of applause. We've got decibel meters out there to measure this. So here's the simple question. On November 5th, how many of you plan to cast your ballot for Donald J. Trump, the next president of the United States? All right. You know what? I think we might win this thing. Let's go make America great again together, and make sure you get out and vote. Thank you very much.